Thanks so very much for being there. This is the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN Television. You're on to the news on the hour. I am Folusho Taiwo. You're welcome. As reactions continue to trail Sunday's declaration of Osun State governorship election as inconclusive by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), some residents in Abuja are of the view that the electoral umpire has the right to declare any election as inconclusive inasmuch it does not contradict the Electoral Act. They made this statement in an interview conducted by ACNN news correspondent Nwane Ogechukwu. According to them, it is the duty of INEC to give the final result of any election conducted in the country.
They have spoken that
based on the Electoral Act, INEC decision is in order. So if you check the margin between APC and PDP candidate is 358 or thereabout. So the total vote council is much higher than the margin between the two leading parties. So by election will determine the eventual winner.
INEC is the umpire that decides the fate of elections. They have spoken that the Osun State election is inconclusive, and we have no alternative. We have to wait upon their result. I mean, they said there is going to be by-election, or what do they call it? So we are waiting for their by-election and see what is going to happen.
I don't think INEC has displayed any act of bias in the decision they have taken. Although there are some legal arguments that the guidelines they stick to and they follow to declare the elections inconclusive are not instant laws as enshrined in the Constitution. But what they have done is following what they have set as guidelines. PDP or APC or whatever the party may be, provided INEC has come to declare the elections inconclusive because of that provision that was made in their guidelines, that where the gap, the difference between the two contending candidates is not or is less than the votes cancelled as a result of maybe one or two issues in polling units, then the result will be inconclusive. The winner or the one who has scored the highest vote, like in this case the PDP candidate, cannot be declared winner. That is their guideline. And provided they are able to follow it, I think it's a good thing they have done, because what we have been suffering in this country as regards election is not following the rule.
As far as I'm concerned, to a very large extent, I think it's fair. So that it will tell, since there are so many places that they have not voted, and I'm sure with the way things are, things will certainly work out. By the time on Thursday they do this, because other places, then anybody that comes out from that place, either APC or PDP, will believe the person has really won the heart of the people.
I like their stand because I can understand their stand is so very holistic, in absence of double standard judgment. Judging from what I watch on the screen, I'm convinced that they're going to give to those who qualify, based on first past the post of electoral law. So they are not going to play any kind of game.
Senator Ademola Adeleke, candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), polled 254,699 votes ahead of Boyega Oyetola of the APC, who had 254,345 votes. The election was declared inconclusive by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) on the grounds that the number of cancelled votes, 3,498, exceeded the difference between the two leading parties, which is 353. INEC has fixed Thursday for a rerun in the areas where the votes were cancelled. Meanwhile, human rights advocate and constitutional lawyer Dr. Mike Ozehome San has predicted danger ahead of the 2019 election following Sunday's declaration of Osun State governorship election as inconclusive. By the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC, Ozehome, in a statement made available to newsmen, said that the reaction of INEC was a blow to the nation's constitutional democracy, adding that Section 179, subsection 2, A and B of the 1999 Constitution proves that Adeleke and the PDP won and met the electoral requirements to be formally declared winners of the Osun State election. According to him, Osun election is an ominous sign of the farce to expect in 2019. Ozehome further accused APC of using electoral arm INEC to do the unthinkable, that which is clearly illegal, unconstitutional, immoral, and a brazen assault on our sensibilities and constitutional democracy. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has appealed to the Social Democratic Party SDP candidate in the Osun State governorship election, Senator Ijiola Omishore, to join People's Democratic Party in the rerun election. This followed the announcement by the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC on Sunday that there will be a rerun on Thursday, September 27, after it declared the polling conclusive. Omishore is the governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party in the election in which the candidate of the PDP, Senator Ademola Adeleke, came first with 254,698 votes, while the candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Mr. Gboyega Oyetola, came second with 254,345 votes. Atiku, while predicting victory for the PDP ahead of Thursday's rerun, called on Omishore to remember when PDP believed in him in 2014. The All Progressive Congress APC has announced that its presidential primaries will now hold on September 27 as against the earlier announced date of September 25. The APC National Publicity Secretary, Mr. Yekini Nabena, disclosed this in a statement. Nabena stated that duly registered party members were to collect their permanent membership cards from their various wards. Lagos governorship aspirants on the platform of the All Progressive Congress APC, Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, has reacted to reports that he has withdrawn from the race. The former commissioner has the backing of the Mandate Movement, a group loyal to APC national leader Bola Tinubu. He had also been endorsed by the 57 chairmen of local government and council development areas, top party chieftains, PSP operators, and most recently, all 337 ward chairmen in the state. In a statement by Comrade Sheson Daini, Director of Media, Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu campaign organization Bosco said they claimed that the aspirant won't contest in Saturday's primaries was false. A Nigerian carrier, Air Peace, has announced plans to restart its daily Lagos-Asaba-Lagos flights on October 8. The airline's corporate communication manager, Mr. Chris Iwara, said this in Lagos, that the airline decided to return to Asaba route to end the nightmare of air travelers seeking to connect the Delta capital, Anambra, and other adjoining cities. According to him, Air Peace, which pulled out of the route more than 2 years ago, because of safety concerns about the runway of the Asaba airport. We also add Abuja flight to the service. We shall now go on a short commercial break. We shall be back. Please stay with us.
We all know the intricacies and influences of a student alma mater. As a budding lawyer in equity, I have always desired a place where I have the opportunity to harness my potentials. Truth be told, this school has not let me down in that respect. These were the reasons why my parents and I had to make the right choice on the university I would study law.
My name is Ogumodede Falashode Victoria, and I am a student of Ajayi Crowther University in the Department of Accounting 200 level.
I am David Adeyemi, a 400 level student from the Department of Biological Sciences and Nigerian Heritage Icon Ambassador of Youth for the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
My name is Kevin Onyekachi Okagu, a 300 level student of the Department of History and International Studies.
Ajayi Crowther University was definitely the right choice. With our standard Modupe and Folorinsho Alakija Faculty of Law, which is equipped with a law library, an effective e-library, and conducive lecture rooms, and other things needed for you to have an edge in the labor market.
Ajayi Crowther is a fountain of greatness and a center of excellence.
Ajayi Crowther University offers payment of school fees in 3 installments, which makes it comfortable for a student to pay school fees. Ajayi Crowther University is known for raising godly intellectuals and promoting discipline. As a student, my favorite part is the full attention given to me by my able lecturers.
So I implore you to come to Ajayi Crowther University. Pick the right choice.
Select Ajayi Crowther University as the university of your choice to understand the pathway to a better future.
I urge you to make the right choice by choosing Ajayi Crowther.
Ayomide Daramola is my name, a 400 level law student, Faculty of Law, Ajayi Crowther University.
You are welcome back, and thanks for staying tuned. For more on our top stories, please visit our website at acnntv.com or youtube.com/ACNNTV. To be up to date with our news and other programs, download the ACNN app for Android from Google Play Store. The National Assembly has postponed resumption of plenary session earlier scheduled for Tuesday 25th September to Tuesday 9th of October due to the activities of the primaries of the political parties. According to a statement by the clerk to the National Assembly, Sani Omalori, all distinguished senators and honorable members are expected to resume plenary session by 10 a.m. on the 9th of October. Meanwhile, the co-convener of the Bring Back Our Girls BBOG advocacy group, Aisha Yesufu, has called out the president of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, over the decision of the National Assembly to extend the resumption of its plenary. Yesufu, who took to our Twitter page, said Saraki wanted to rule Nigeria but wasn't interested in putting Nigeria first. The activist stressed that Saraki was putting Nigeria on hold while he goes about his presidential campaign tour. And now to some foreign news. As the world leaders meet in the United Nations headquarters in New York for this year's General Assembly meeting, where they are all expected to sign a new global compact on refugees, the Secretary General of the Anglican Communion, Dr. Josiah Idowu-Ferron, has joined a number of Anglican primates and other faith leaders in calling on heads of state to support the world's 40.5 million internally displaced people. This was contained in a joint letter of faith leaders addressed to the leaders of member governments of the United Nations UN. The faith leaders welcome the new UN Sustainable Development Goals, but say that the international community must ensure that internally displaced people are neither forgotten nor ignored. The faith leaders pointed out that while global leaders are signing up to supporting refugees, the vast majority of people displaced within their own countries' borders are often woefully ignored and abandoned by their country leaders. In addition to Dr. Idowu Ferron, Anglican signatories include Rachel Kaneji, Executive Director of the Anglican Alliance, the General Secretary of the Council of Anglican Provinces of Africa, and Archbishop Justice Badia Rama, the Primate of the Episcopal Church of South Sudan, and a host of others. The Primate of the Southeast Asia and the Bishop of West Malaysia, Archbishop Moon Hing, has called on South Korea and North Korea to create a new history of true peace, learning to live together beyond language differences. He made this statement in a communique issued at the end of this year's meeting of the Council of the Church in East Asia, which brings together Anglican provinces from Southeast Asia, Myanmar, Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, the Philippines, and Taiwan, together with the Anglican Church of Australia and the Philippines Independent Church. In the communique, Archbishop Moon expressed the Church's optimism for God's will in the peace settlement of the Korean Peninsula. In the same vein, he appealed to South and North Korean leaders and people and leaders of countries around the Korean Peninsula, including the United States and Japan, to help make Korean Peninsula the foundation for peace in East Asia and the world. Bishop Moon Hing also apologized on behalf of the church for not playing the peacemaker role well enough in the past. The deputy of Iran's Revolutionary Guards has warned U.S. and Israeli leaders not to expect a devastating response from Tehran, accusing them of involvement in an attack on a military parade in the city of Avras. Speaking on the funeral ceremony, Revolutionary Guards Acting Commander General Hossein Salami vowed revenge against the attack's perpetrators and what he called the triangle of Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the United States of America. Thousands of people packed the streets of the southwestern Iranian city of Avras to mourn the victims of Saturday's assault that killed 25 people, including 12 members of the elite Revolutionary Guards. 4 assailants fired on a viewing stand in Avras, where Iranian officials had gathered to watch an annual event marking the start of the Islamic Republic's 1980 to 1988 war with Iraq. And so that's it on this edition of the News on the Hour. I want to thank you and thank you profusely for watching. I am Folusho Taiwo. Please mend it. Don't end it in a hurry. God bless you.